a last minute party. So I really didn't know that it was gonna happen.
Who's this guy?
It's fitting.
Oh well. As
feel
long
like my
as
brain's been-
it fits on Maria, so
Yes.
let's go.
I feel like my brain's been
go with it.
pickle and booze.
And that's a great line. Look at the first line. That's like perfect with this with the theme.
Yay! This matches with my character.
My head's pounding. Doing all back up, help a bit. But tomorrow's gonna be absolute hell.
No, I don't think I'm drunk enough for tomorrow to be an absolute hell. I'm just tipsy, but it's like I never drink alcohol, and it's like maybe once a week, once in like 2 weeks. So my tolerance is
Low.
awful.
Hmm.
And I mean, you can guess the rest of the story. I overestimated my capacity, and here I am.
Tonight's gonna be interesting then. Jordan, you're the man.
You were great as always, darling. So what do you say? Continue to somewhere a little more private?
I think I'm too drunk to understand. Please give me a break. English is my second language. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm good.
I love how she said second. It was like second. That was like southern.
Yeah, I know. That's just my tongue refusing to do what I wanted to do.
Second. I love that. That was a cute accent.
It normally doesn't show, but alcohol shows all the flaws.
And the truth.
Yeah. Alcohol tends to do like, when you polish some metal. I don't know if any of you have done any metal work. When you polish metal, you can see all of the imperfections very clearly. So alcohol tends to do that with my English.
Oh, this is getting deep. I like this.
Oh, is it too deep?
No, I like it.
I'm gonna back up then.
I like it.
Well, I mean, it's just that's just how it is. Again, I'm sorry about that. I did not plan accordingly.
It's okay, Maria. Go ahead.
All right, I'm very excited as to what's going to happen today in the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you start the stream?
Yes, you can get started.
Okay, I did not realize you had started the stream. I did not realize that I had to say something. Fuck, sorry.
It's fine, Maria.
It's so sweet to you to offer, but like I told you last time, and the last time before, I can't. It's against the rules.
Hey now. We both know the other girls are already having some extra fun on the side. If you ask me, I think we'd make good lovers. Because we sure make good love.
To tell you the truth, I do kinda like you.
Then you'll...
But you're missing one very important thing I require of all of my lovers.
What is it? What am I missing?
Money. Once you got a treasury I can swim in, then we can talk. Till then, we keep it strictly business.
God, you really are a cold-hearted bitch. Fine. Whatever. See you again.
And a wonderful evening to you too, sir. Fucking man, I swear. You act friendly for 10 minutes and then they think they want to get hitched.
He seems like a very pleasant man.
Jacopo? Oh god, don't tell me you saw that.
I did. Sorry.
It's no big deal. No skin off my back. Also, holy hell, how much did you drink? You smell like you brought the whole pub back with you.
It wasn't my decision. I wasn't planning on drinking at all.
Really now? Well, not that it matters. So, quick question for you, Jacopo. Wanna be lovers?
Excuse me?
Whoa, chill, man. Tone it down, like 10 notches, would you?
But where did that come from? Do you really? I never realized you felt that way about.
Like hell I do, dipshit.
Harsh words.
It's just, I'm tired of going through the same routine over and over and over again. It never stops, no matter how many I turn down. So figure, if people think I've already got someone, it may lose me a few clients. But it'll also mean spending less time dealing with guys like him.
You're more than welcome to use my name if you think it will help. Are you sure that's what you want, though?
What? What do you mean, am I sure?
I just mean, it could come back to bite you when you find someone you actually love.
Someone I actually love? Huh. Yeah, can't see that happening. Ever.
You're still young. Who knows what the future may hold?
I've just got a gut feeling.
Oh?
Yeah, something deep down tells me love just ain't for me. I can't imagine myself ever feeling that way about anyone. And it's not something I want either. It doesn't interest me at all. I've never really wanted kids or a family. Hell, even the idea kind of grosses me out, honestly. I'm not sure why or if there's even is a reason. It's not like something happens to make me this way, or one day I decided, nope, ain't happening. All that shit, it just isn't for me. Plain and simple. You know, sometimes a couple of girls will come up and I'll say, you should find yourself a nice man, Maria. I know they mean well, but it's frustrating. I don't want to deal with it. I mean, I mostly tune that kind of talk automatically now, but still. Oh geez. I'm sorry. I just needed to get that off my chest. You think that makes me weird?
No, not at all.
I don't think love is inherently bad or something. If that's what makes everyone happy, or power through them.
I won't deny you're a unique woman. Pretty clothes and jewelry don't phase you. And you don't thrive on gossip and drama like many girls I know. But you've always been this way for as long as I've known you. You are who you are, and that's perfectly fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. How interested you are in finding love isn't going to change how I treat you.
Thanks, Jacopo. You're a good guy, and a good friend.
No problem. I'm glad you feel that way.
I like what we have. I like it a lot. You, me, friends, whatever is between our legs be damned. And I hope it can stay that way. Even if everyone else wants to give us shit for it.
Of course it will. I have total confidence in our friendship that can continue to grow over the years. Me being a man, you a woman, has no bearing on any of that.
Man, I've gotta say, you actually speaking your mind instead of putting on airs give me the creeps.
Well, if that's how you're gonna be, see if I ever do it again. Anyway, I suppose your uniqueness is what allows you to believe so strongly in friendship. Your... how should I put it?
Complete and utter inability to comprehend love.
To put it bluntly, yes.
Guess that's one benefit to me being a weirdo, then. I get to have you as a friend.
So it is. Although in that sense, I'm not much different than her. I never had romantic feelings for anyone either.
So, hey. I know I said this like a couple hours ago or whatever, but seriously. Please try not to get in over your head, okay? I'm pretty damn content with the way things are. I mean, sure, I'm poor, and sure, I'm a whore, and living to old age is probably out of the question. But I think that's a pretty solid balance, all told. I've got me a good friend. I worked with some great girls. Life ain't half bad. I enjoy it with all its ups and downs. It's a hell of a lot better here than at the orphanage. What more could I possibly ask for? What we've got is good, isn't it?
I'd like to check in on the other girl. That's not a problem. Managed to get my hand on some ointment.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Didn't mean to talk your ear off like that.
It's fine. Oh, and I also found a butterfly brooch she was asking about.
Oh, nice. She'll be happy to see that, I imagine.
Any change in her condition while I was out?
Nope. She's just been sleeping. Here, let me walk you to her room.
Thanks. I'm sorry, Maria. You may be content with the way things are, but I'm not. I want to go out in the world one day, prove myself. I'm tired of being sneered at and told I'm worthless, inferior. sleeping so soundly, part of me wonders if she'll ever wake up.
Anyway, room's all yours. I've got to get back to work.
Alright, thanks. Take care of yourself out there.
Man, I've been at this for years. You don't have to worry about me.
Guess now's a good time as any to apply the ointment.
Did that not pick up? Test?
Yeah, alright, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
Hmm?
How to do these, sorry.
Are you okay?
I don't think it's picking me up. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Please don't. I'm begging you. Help.
Hey, what's... Suddenly, the girl began writhing on the bed and collapsing at her chest. Half panic, I reached out for her. When I realized her eyes were wide open, they were pale gold and stared straight through me. No, that doesn't quite capture it. I felt almost as though I had just been skewered with a spear. They looked horribly out of place on her disfigured face. The dark patches of flesh, in fact, seemed to accentuate her eyes, the contrast giving them a curious sort of magnetism, unwavering resolve and fragility, benevolence and seething madness. They were enchanting and also overwhelming and human. Perhaps their otherworldly beauty was, in some way, the result of her being in shambles, physically and mentally. Like she was standing on a precipice, majestic wings spread wide as she prepared to embark on her journey back to heaven. Not on my watch, you're not. Put those damn wings away. Hold on, I'll go get some water.
I don't think it lights up when I do sound effects. I'm so sorry.
Strange. Hey! As I tried to step away from where she lay, the girl abruptly lunged forward and chomped down my arm. Ugh, shit! Get off me!
Yeah, it's not lighting up. Sorry.
Calm down. I'm not your enemy. Her teeth clenched down my arm, ripping into my flesh with a force I never imagined the girl capable of. I was afraid she might take a good chunk of her with her. That said, I could have easily knocked her away. She was an emaciated child, myself a relatively healthy adult man. Hey! Which is precisely why I didn't. As the girl growled and gnawed at me like a rabid dog, I forced myself to make a smile and let her have it at me. Is that what it takes to placate you? My arms are yours. Bite it, claw it, rip it off, whatever you want. A few years back, there was a stray cat not far from where I lived. It was always hissing and biting anyone that got near it. But after a while, when I realized we meant it no harm, I stopped all that. It calmed down. Humans are the same way. We're just big animals. That said, this really does hurt like a son of a bitch.
I'm gonna adjust my sensitivity. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Alright, let's see if this is better.
Better. After some time, she finally released my arm, taking a deep breath and pulling away. Then she seemed to roll her tongue around inside her mouth, as though trying to clean it. When she was done with that, she began surveying the room with her pale gold eyes. They weren't the feral, glimmering eyes of an animal anymore, but clear and lucid. Human. Looks like you finally calmed down.
Let go of me.
Whoa. I'm not going to hurt.
Let go! Get your hands off me, please!
Okay, no need to shout. I won't touch you without permission. I won't do anything to make you uncomfortable. Let's try this again. Have you calmed down? Though she still seemed to be disoriented, she gave me a nod. Okay, good. Actual communication. Progress.
Where am I?
She doesn't seem to remember her escape from the Lord's manor. Not that surprises me. She spoke in a hushed, half-whisper, her voice much more restrained than other girls her age. Her furor had subdued, turning her soft-spoken and aloof. Concerning everything she had been through, finding herself now in an unfamiliar room with a stranger, it was a natural response. Still, it seemed unbefitting. This is, well, would she even know what a brothel is? And if she did, would telling her that go over well? It's kind of like my home, I guess you can say.
I hear strange voices. Women. They sound like they're moaning.
Ugh.
And the floor is creaking.
Yeah, sure is. Well, crap. Got so used to that, I just tune it all out automatically. She's right, you can definitely hear voices through the walls. Don't talk my way out of that.
This is your home, you said? So you host terrible banquets as well.
Whoa! Don't jump to conclusions. I'm sorry I lied. This isn't my home. I just wasn't sure I could explain it in a way you would understand. We're in a brothel. Do you know what that is? It's where, a bunch of women called prostitutes get together and sell sad men happiness.
I know what a prostitute is.
Oh, do you? I'm surprised. You're a little young for that.
They are unclean. They disobey my father's teachings.
What?
God says fornication is a sin. All who indulge in worldly pleasure defile themselves and shall be cast down into hell. Why am I in a brothel?
Because this is the only place I knew that would look after you. But don't you worry. I have a good friend here. You can trust her. She'll take good care of you.
So, you sold me to a whorehouse.
Excuse me?
You mean to defile me further? To make me into a harlot?
Whoa. Slow down. I never said that. And no, that's not why I brought you here.
Liar.
First off, you never...
You're a liar. You mean to force me to defy the teachings of my father? Ugh. Take me back to the Lord's manor.
Are you out of your mind?
I would rather be there than here. He is a terrible, cruel, evil man. But at least he let me keep my chastity. So take me back to him.
Okay, stop. Not another goddamn word. You want me to take you back to Lord's Manor? Like hell? Do you have any idea what I went through to get you out of there? And then there's Maria, who's been caring for you while I was out. We're helping you. Everything we've done has been to help you. Then you say you want to go back to getting sliced up by that sick bastard? Are you insane?
Please, don't shout.
Sorry.
I'm begging you. Just let me have my chastity.
Are you kidding me?
I must remain pure. I cannot return to my father's side when I pass on if my soul has been tarnished.
Oh, for the love of... How many times do I have to tell you? I have no intention of making you into a prostitute. Besides, if I did, you couldn't get any work looking like that.
What do you mean?
Hold on, I'll get a mirror. It'd be quicker for you to see for yourself. I grab one of the prostitute's hand mirrors and pass it to the girl, which she hesitantly accepted. She seemed less concerned about the mirror itself, more just aware that it might do something to her. Slowly, she turned her gaze towards the reflective surface. It was generally difficult to gauge her expression through the patches of dark and festering flesh, but the look of horror that spread across her face was clear as day.
What? Why? How? What are these terrible marks? He never cut my face. So why?
If TikTok to me she didn't always have the marks on her face, then... Is this something the Lord did to her? But she just said he didn't cut her face there, didn't she? It's hard to make out her muttering. God, now I feel like an asshole. But no, she would take it so badly, or just kept a damn mouth shut. Now do you understand? You can't be a prostitute. I can only imagine how awful it must be to find out your face is covered in scars. Especially for a girl your age. But don't let it get you down, too down. It could very well still heal.
Me?
Huh?
Would you please kill me?
What? Why the hell would I?
Taking one's own life is a sin. So I need you to do it for me.
For the love of... Did you forget everything I just said? I saved your life. Now you're asking me to kill you? What the hell's wrong with you?
I wish to return to my father's side.
Gah. Okay, listen real carefully. Yeah, your life kinda sucks right now. I get that. We all have times when we'd rather be dead. But you can't just give up. Preserving good fortune will eventually find you. Live on, you eventually find a chance to get your payback. Things might be bad now, but you're still just a child. You have so much opportunity to make things better. So don't you ask me to kill you again. You just get the same answer. I won't do it. End of story. Hello? Say something? So you're giving me the silent treatment. Anyway, I brought ointment. Like I said I would. Give me your arm. I'll apply it.
No.
So she talked to me and shut me down. But that's it?
I wish to be alone.
I'll leave if that's what you want, but don't you go die on me.
I will not take my own life. It is a sin.
There's some bizarre logic. If that's what it takes to keep you from killing yourself, I'll take it. Well, I'll be off then. The ointment's right there. I appreciate you actually used it. I'll see you... Oh, wait, almost forgot. I found your butterfly brooch. This is it, right?
Uh,
I'll leave it here with the ointment. Now I'm off. For real. I'll check in on you again tomorrow. That was a lot more work than expected.
Oh, look who it is. All done with your little visit?
Yeah, all done. Same with you, I take it?
Yep, just a little bit ago. God, you would not believe that last guy. He was so rough. I thought he was gonna turn me a third hole.
Is that so? Not sure how I'm supposed to react to that information.
So, any news? Or did she just sleep the whole time?
No, she woke up. We even spoke, if briefly.
Well, shit. That's great news.
That's debatable.
Oh, what happened? Your big sis is all ears.
Except I'm older than you, and we're not related either.
Huh. Well, I didn't figure her life was all rainbows and sunshine. So, what? You wanting to look after her? 'Cause, let me tell you, it will be hard, thankless work.
I made a choice when I rescued her from the Lord's Manor. At least like to take care of her until she's able to support herself to some degree.
Well, I'll do what I can to help her too. We can spare a room for her here as long as she needs.
I appreciate it. She seems far too wary of me to stay with me.
You're planning on taking that poor innocent little girl to live with you. Man, I thought you had standards.
No, for the love of God! No! I would never!
That reaction is never gonna get old. Anyway, pretty strange marks she's got on her face. Huh.
Any idea what they might be?
There was a girl who used to work here a while back. One day, she woke up and she was covered in warts.
Warts? What does that have to do with this?
Chill, I'm getting to that. Me and the other girls, we thought one of her clients had given her something. Not uncommon in this line of work. We'd never seen anything like this before, but we just assumed it was some kind of rare disease. Not long after, she quit. And well, to tell you the truth, I figured she'd turned up dead in a ditch somewhere. But she got lucky, and a family in a better part of town took her in, let her work for them as a maid first servant, or whatever. When I ran into her a few years later, all the warts were gone. At first, I assumed the disease had just run its course, but as I talked to her, I started to think that wasn't it.
Oh?
Apparently, some of her clients at the brothel used to harass her real bad. They'd even go as far as chasing her around the slums. She wasn't a particularly tough girl, so it did a real number on her psychologically and emotionally. But she told me, as soon as she got out and it all stopped, the words just went away. Poof! So, my guess is sometimes people's emotional states can have physical consequences.
You think the marks on a girl's face are the same thing?
Yep. The Lord tortured her so bad. He busted her mentally and emotionally on top of everything else. And that's what we're seeing with her face. I mean, I could be completely wrong, too. For all we know, the Lord did cut her face up and she just doesn't remember. Or it could be something else entirely. Could be some kind of disease.
Good point.
Either way, there's no doubt she's been to hell and back. So, plan on at least 3 years of ice breaking if you want to get through her.
3 years. That sounds about right.
Try to watch yourself, though. You can have a bit of a short fuse sometimes.
I will. Little does she know, or he snapped once. I should get going then. It's been one hell of a day. I'm beat.
Get all the rest you need. I'll let you know if anything happens here.
Thank you. Good night.
Sleep tight.
I don't wish to die for such worldly reasons. It is simply unacceptable for a saint of the Lord to look like some kind of terrible hellspawn. With every moment, I grow more impure. Is this another trial, O Father?
You damn witch wearing a saint's skin!
So that's what he meant. I do rather resemble a witch. Not a servant of the Lord, but a disciple of the devil. No, I cannot cry. I must not lament of my own misfortune. I must not feel sorry for myself. My tears, a saint's tears, should only be shed for others.
Nika, play Morgana's mother.
Okay. My darling little saint. Instead of singing a lullaby, I will tell you a story. The story of the day you first graced this earth. On that day, I told the village a very important secret. That I was visited by an angel of the Lord, and that I was with child, though I had known no man. The other villagers mocked me, called me a liar and a mad woman. I did not relent, for it was the truth. And then, when you let out your first cry, rain clouds suddenly began to form in the sky, and the land was blessed with rain after many months of drought. The clouds, they were drawn here by your voice, my dear. A gift from your father, the Lord God. No longer did the villagers call me a liar. They believed in me. And they believed in you.
I saved everyone.
Yes, you did, my little saint. And you will continue to deliver people from their suffering.
Did I deliver you too, Mother?
Of course you did, my dear.
I'm glad.
Jordan.
You're the daughter of a charlatan! A virgin birth. Ha! A load of lies, every damned word. The rain, nothing more than chance. If you really are the child of God, perform a miracle for us.
Hey, that crude man, no mind, my dear. I know you're the daughter of God, and that's what matters most. I can hardly believe there are those who are still not convinced.
So, what are you waiting for? You can't do it, can you? You're a family of liars.
Wait, Morgana. You mustn't get near that boorish blasphemer.
Got something you want to say, kid?
Huh.
Well, go right ahead. I'm all ears.
Miracles.
Yeah?
Miracles are neither magic nor parlor tricks. They are realized through the power of faith.
What now?
You have no place demanding God prove his own divinity. It is the height of arrogance. You have blasphemed. Repent of your sins.
Ha! Trying to talk your way out of your lies now, are you? I'll admit, your charlatan mother trained you well. You put on a pretty convincing act, girl. You can't perform miracles. All you have are excuses and thinly veiled reasons why you won't. But until you own up, I won't stop spreading the real word that your mother's pulling the wool over everyone's eyes.
Very well. I will perform a miracle.
Ho ho ho!
Morgana, you can't.
Do not worry, Mother. I am the daughter of God, right? My father will not forsake me.
So, what kind of miracle are you going to perform for us? Just so you know, whatever you do, it better be convincing.
Oh, Jesus.
No guessing the weather this time.
Blood is impure, yes?
What?
That is why we drain some of our blood when we are sick, and why we remove the blood from animals before we eat them.
Right?
So, if I were to make a blood pure and clean, would that be a miracle? Well, Would it?
Yeah, I guess it would. But that's impossible. You can't do it.
Okay then. Let us go visit the elderly woman on the village outskirts.
Oh God, help us, oh Lord.
Good afternoon, sister. How are you feeling today?
Clara.
Ah, if it isn't our beloved saint. How very kind of you to pay this old woman a visit.
Please, stay in bed. I know you are very ill. You must rest.
Oh, heavens, no. That would be dreadfully rude of me. The rain you brought 6 years ago saved my family's lives. I am more thankful than you can imagine. And I would like to show my gratitude.
Look at this hag. Her goddamn memory's starting to go.
If you're going to be disrespectful, then please wait outside. I do not want your profanity contaminating this sacred rite. Otherwise, stay quiet if you wish to see the miracle being performed.
Oh, beautiful saint, please allow me to kiss your feet.
Thank you, my sister. That will suffice. I am here to perform a miracle for you.
For me?
Yes. You have always believed in me, your faith never wavering. 6 years ago, the whole village acknowledged me as the daughter of God. But, as you can see, there are those whose faith are not as strong as yours.
How terribly tragic.
That it is. But fear not, for as long as there remain those whose faith is as strong as yours, a few unbelievers will not weaken my power. For faith is the path to salvation.
Yes, it is.
In celebration of your 6 years of unfaltering faith, I have decided to perform another miracle for you today. I ask you to do as I say, and know that I love you dearly.
Of course.
My beloved sister, partake of my blood.
Hey, did you hear the news? The old lady's back on her feet again. I ran her down the fields and about to jump out of his skin.
Jordan.
We're going around is where the saints work. I hear she made her drink her blood.
Drink her blood?
She's the daughter of God. Her blood ain't dirty like the rest of us. It got real power.
I guess what it said is true. She really is a child of God.
Yep. We got ourselves a real genuine savior.
Not many people can say that.
Jordan.
No. There's no way. It's not possible. It can't be.
There he is! The bastard who dared assault our saint! Get him! We put his head on the pike! Show everyone what happens when you disrespect our saint!
Ah! Ah!
Stop this at once.
Our saint!
Please, let that man go. The Lord teaches us to be kind and forgiving of one another. It does not please him to see a man fighting against man.
But he insulted you, our saint! He called you the daughter of a charlatan!
Everyone makes mistakes. I bear no grudge against him for a momentary lapse in judgment. I simply pray his eyes have been opened to the truth. I do not wish to see him punished. I forgive you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was wrong. You are a saint. Never again will I call you a liar. I am your faithful servant, my beloved saint.
Your devotion is truly honorable. I have returned, Mother.
Oh, welcome back, my dear saint.
Everything will be fine now, Mother. The entire village acknowledges me as a saint. We need not worry about any unbelievers. And they will show you the respect you deserve as well, as the mother of God's daughter. No one will ever call you a charlatan again, Mother.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Thank you, Morgana.
It's still night. I'm thirsty. I'll go get some water.
What did I,
Mother is still awake? Who is she talking to? Herself?
Oh, God! What did I bring into this world? Oh, she scares me sometimes. Ooh, when I look into her eyes, ooh, when I hear her voice, I feel like my soul is being sucked out of my body. She is a girl of barely 6 years, yet she terrifies me. I'm beginning to think she really does have some kind of strange power. That allows her to manipulate, to control people. Oh, God. What I'm not sure of is whether or not it's truly a holy power. Is she really a saint? My heart tells me, oh God, forgive me, she's something else. Oh, what horror have I wrought upon this earth? You know as well as I do, God, that nothing divine could possibly grow in my womb. Are you punishing me, God? The sins I committed that night years ago with the vagrant?
I'm dreaming. This is all a bad dream. Mother would never say such things about me. It's just a dream.
Good morning, my darling little saint. Is something the matter? You look vexed.
Mother, last night...
Did something happen last night?
No, nothing happened. Mother, I've always been a saint, right? From the day I was born.
What has gotten into you, my dear? Of course you are the daughter of God. Nothing will ever change that.
Thank you. So it was all a dream. I should just forget all about it.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have something for you. I am sure you love it.
Hmm?
For your 6th birthday. It's not much, but, will you wear it?
What is it?
It is a little brooch. You can use it with a shawl or a cloak.
It's a butterfly.
Butterflies are said to be God's messengers. So I thought it would fit you nicely, my dear.
It's so pretty. I mustn't allow myself to be taken in by shallow, worldly beauty. I am not an ordinary little girl. Father would be greatly disappointed in me if I were to behave like one. Thank you very much, Mother. Your gift means a great deal to me. Of course, I will make use of it.
You're quite welcome. It's hard to believe you're only 6 years old.
What was that, Mother?
Oh, nothing. Before I forget, after you did what you did the other day, people have begun asking about you having to perform miracles for them too. But you're still so young. I'm not sure it's wise for you to go around giving out blood to everyone who asks.
No, it's fine. I will do it. It is my sacred duty as a saint to put those in need before myself.
If it means cutting yourself up every day?
I will accept the pain gladly. It is a symbol of the good work I do in my Father's name.
I see. Well, you made up your mind, it seems. So I'll support you in any way I can. Oh, yet another busy day. It's been 3 years with no end in sight. We're starting to see more and more travelers from faraway lands. People have even set up trading posts in the village. Yet, not a single coin comes our way. We're losing money every day. Morgana.
What is it, Mother? I must prepare for my next blessing.
Why must you hand out miracles for nothing?
Why would you even ask such a question, Mother?
We're barely holding on as it is, my dear. It's not wrong to expect a little remuneration from our services.
No, Mother, it is wrong. Miracles are not to be bartered for. God the Father does not charge for his miracles. So why should we, when I am only borrowing his power?
Listen to me, Morgana. Every time you give someone a blessing, you're hurting yourself. If not for the miracle itself, you still deserve some degree of compensation for the pain.
I know you're concerned for me, Mother, and I appreciate it very much. But I'm happy with the way things are. I'm happy to be able to help others with my Heavenly Father's power.
A power you won't have much longer, my dear, if we can't afford to keep ourselves fed.
I'm a saint, aren't I?
Yes, you're my sweet little saint.
God will not forsake his saint. I was muted. God will not forsake his saint, no matter how difficult it may get. He will always provide me a way to continue doing his work. And you're the mother of that saint, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. I conceived you untainted by the hands of a man.
Then you must respect his will as well, Mother. It must be our highest priority.
You're right. I was wrong, my dear saint.
Mother, you agreed with me. You said I was right. So why are you taking money from that man? Mother? Why? I mustn't let myself cry. I must always stay strong. I must endure his trials. My saintly grace must not waver. Father would be greatly disappointed in me. And then I would have nowhere to call home.
My entire head is throbbing. What a wonderful way to start the day. I could sleep in for another 6 to 12 hours, but still things to take care of after yesterday. First, down the pub to talk to the gang. Jordan.
Yeah. Drank way too much.
Dear God. Nika.
Ah, Jacopo. I need your help. I can't carry everyone out all by myself.
Alright. I'll drag them out into the streets. Please don't shout though. My head hurts enough as it is.
Ah, thank you, sunshine.
I said stop shouting! I guess I'll start with him.
Morning, friends!
Oh, it's the big guy from last night! Woohoo!
Name's Gratien. Try not to forget, because you'll be seeing a lot of me. Which reminds me, I never got your name.
Oh, I'm just a thribbling little flower. My name isn't important, but if you would lend us a hand, that would be so lovely.
With what? I'm just here for the booze.
Oh, haven't you had enough?
Not even close.
Well. There isn't anything left. Or did you forget? The two of you, last night, drank the whole town dry. We're just going to be a plain old restaurant for at least the next few days.
Oh well, that's a crying shame.
And whose fault do you think that is?
How many more trips is this gonna take? They all still out like rocks, Oh, I thought the director knew while they were second. It was just you. Just so we're clear, since there wasn't any real resolution last night, you passed out first, which means I...
Hey, top of the morning to you, Jacopo. And what a beautiful morning it is!
You seem to be doing quite well. What happened to aggressively competitive Gratien for last night?
Had you all wrong, Jacopo.
What?
I had you pegged for the stick up your ass rich boy kind of fella, but you don't like a bro pro. The true measure of a man is how well he holds his booze. And you prove yourself, you're one hell of a man.
Oh, sure.
At least give me a heart to hell yeah, would you? Don't tell me I was wrong about being wrong about you.
I'm just not full capacity at the moment. It's taking me a little longer than normal to process.
Anywho, point is, you got my seal of approval. We helped each other out back at Lord Arsewipe's manor. But now, we're comrades, partners in crime.
Hold up.
What? You don't want to be partners?
I never said that. Make it sound like you're planning on staying, though.
I most certainly do.
You're one of the Lord's slaves. You know, the slaves who incited the revolt. It's not safe for you to stay here. If someone to identify you, you'd be dead in...
Life's too short to quibble over shit like someone might be trying to kill you.
It's hardly crippling. There's a reason we had all the other slaves transported to different cities.
Trust me, I know it ain't safe for me to stick around. But I want to be here when that whoresome family gets what's coming. Like Elam bailing before his head's on a pike.
Okay then. As long as you're aware of the risk, that's your choice to make. In that case, I'm glad to have you. The addition of such a valiant comrade should prove quite inspiring to the rest of the gang.
You're damn right it will. You should have just said that to begin with. Skip all the not safe nonsense. Besides, everything you just said applies the same to you. As far as anyone in that matter is concerned, you're a slave as much as me. And your infiltration job didn't exactly have you laying low to recognize you.
Fair enough. Haven't heard of any wanted posters going up yet, But you're right. Best to remain cautious for now. Though as long as we keep the slums, we should be relatively safe for the time being.
As amusing a thought as that is, we're safer in this lawless dump than the city proper.
Indeed, the gang has eyes and ears covering the entire district. If someone who doesn't belong shows up, word will spread quickly.
Ah, so if the Lord's guards try to slip in, their cover will be blown just like that, eh?
Precisely. Which isn't to say it's a good part of town, of course. We have more than our fair share of hooligans. Just to be able to protect yourself, which I doubt will be an issue for you.
Hell yeah. Bring on the pickpockets. I'll rob every last one of them blind. Maybe even literally.
Glad he's on our side. Well, you're gonna be staying here. I should probably show you more than just our public course of choice. You need to find work as well. Not that should prove any problem. With your muscle, you can choose pretty much anything. Bodyguard, carpenter, metal worker, whatever you like. But first, can I ask you to help me get these dolts outside?
Aye? Where do you want me to toss them?
Be gentle with them, if you would. They are ours, for what it's worth. Good lord, between cleaning up at the pub and showing Gratien around town, there goes most of my day. The brothel's probably open by now. The back's entrance, it is. Hey, anyone home? No one? Not even the girl? Don't tell me she went out wandering in her condition.
Oh, hey there, Jacobo. Perfect timing.
Maria, the girl, where did she go?
She was here last I checked.
Last you checked? You're supposed to be looking after her. Anyway, help me look for her.
Yeah, I don't think they'll,
Excuse me?
turn around.
What? Where you been? I didn't even sense her approaching. I swear, she just appeared there like a ghost. Where'd you get those clothes?
Oh yeah, we were digging around in the dressing room and found it there. I wanted to get her into something a little cuter, but she insisted on that. I didn't even know we had clothes that land here. Girls come and go though, so it probably belonged to someone who's not around anymore. Still, I'm shocked anyone who worked here ever wore such a boner killer.
It's a cloak for pilgrimages.
I don't know why I said it that way. Sorry.
It's fine.
Huh?
An outfit someone wears while on a pilgrimage. This is far, far more beautiful than any of those filthy whore rags.
Oh, a pilgrimage. Huh. I never would have guessed we had a girl who was into that.
Yet she abandoned her spiritual journey and entered into this den of sinners.
I guess?
Nevertheless, I'm glad there was clothing suitable for me to wear.
Yeah. Talk about luck.
Oh, crap. Store it anywhere I got an appointment.
Anyway, I've got an appointment. I'll be back.
What? Hey, Maria! She's difficult, but you didn't have to ditch me, damn it. It is a rather plain outfit, though. All black and brown. She probably blending quite well to darkness. Which will explain why I couldn't find her when I got here.
Why are you staring at me?
Well... glad you found something you could wear with your brooch. Also, God, keeping a conversation going there is like pulling teeth. Yeah, you look like you're doing a lot better than yesterday. Much more color in your cheeks.
As if you can tell the difference beneath all these scars.
This expression, I'm just saying you look much better. You barely even sit up yesterday. Recovering impressively quickly. Imagine it won't be long before you're back at full capacity.
Yesterday,
What about yesterday?
Thank you for rescuing me.
What? Right. That. No, don't mention it. It was nothing. Really.
That's not what you said last night.
Oh, come on. Just let me be humble, would you? Anyway, I wasn't expecting that. I was ready myself for another argument. I also wasn't sure how much of what happened you even remembered, with how hysterical you got.
I was not hysterical.
My arm begs to.
My mind was clear almost the whole time. I remember everything. First, a slave, you, saved my life from the wicked lord.
Not actually a slave, but details.
You took me by the arm, put me on your back, and fled from the lord's manor.
That I did?
I was a little hazy for some of the trip, but by the time you reached the poor quarter, my mind had cleared up almost entirely.
What?
My consciousness had returned by that point.
Oh?
You brought me to this brothel, and yes, at first I was frightened because I believed you meant to have me become a whore. But that is the one and only instance of me last night you could describe as hysterical. I remember everything quite well, thank you.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough. You're right. Can tell she's sincere or just trying to convince herself. But she's unusually repulsed by the idea of her losing her cool. She's not entirely right, but she's not entirely wrong either. So I'll let her have this one. In any event, you covered well not to hold a conversation, which is great to see.
What do you mean to do with me now?
Better question. What do you want to do?
Die.
Alright, well, Here's an idea. You don't have anything? You can stay here until you're all the way back on your feet. Maria's already set aside that room for you.
You want me to stay in this vile gathering place of sinners?
You do realize who you're talking about, right? Those vile sinners are the ones who took you in. Who agreed to look after you. They're no different than you or me. Just doing what they must to get by.
I am not like them.
You're right. Don't look down on others for that line of work. At the very least, try to keep your callous prejudice against prostitutes to yourself when they're around, would you?
Why, it is my sacred duty to spread the word of God. Indulging in carnal pleasure is a sin, no matter the reason. Prostitutes are filthy, tainted women.
Jeez, did all the blood the Lord took cause your damn heart to shrivel up? In what world is it reasonable for you to go up to women offering you sanctuary and call them to the faces sinners? Show some gratitude, damn it!
You're the one that brought me here. I never asked them to do anything for me.
Oh, fine, whatever. If you're that opposed to staying here, then go! Get the hell out! You don't deserve that hospitality! Go off and preach the word of God and call everyone sinners like a Republican. Expect someone will find you dead on the other side of the road in less than a fortnight.
Very well. Thank you for yesterday. And farewell.
Wait! Whoa, wait.
Yes?
Are you insane? You're not supposed to actually go.
You're the one who told me to leave.
I just... After a great start with the 3 years of ice breaking, Jacobo. You've been through hell, you know that. I'm sorry. I take everything back. It was extremely childish of me. So please, reconsider. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing I chased you out.
You cannot seem to make up your mind, can you?
It's heat of moment thing. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I don't actually want you to leave. Good lord. Alright, the ointment. Did you apply like I told you to?
No.
Really? Well, in that case, I'll do it now. You need help with your back either way.
You're a very curious man.
Huh? What do you say that?
No reason. I'm simply saying the first thing that came to mind.
Don't tell me you think I have unscrupulous taste like Maria seems to believe. Let me make this perfectly clear. I would not lay a finger on you. You're just a child, for God's sake. Now sit down. Well, look at that. Not the fighter on this.
Is something the matter?
I never told you to undress.
Were you wanting to apply the ointment to my clothes then?
Good point. That wouldn't help very much, would it? God damn it, Jacobo, calm the hell down. Or are you trying to make yourself look like a liar? She just caught me off guard. That's all? The girl quietly disrobed, then knelt down. She had been naked when I saved her from the Lord. So it wasn't like this was my first time seeing her unclothed. But that was in the middle of revolt. I didn't exactly have time to get a good look. She was almost frighteningly scrawny, her arms barely bigger than the bones within. Her skin was so pale I could see the blue veins running beneath it. And then, of course, there was a crisscrossing of web of scars. Each one stood out clearly against her pale skin. The scars covered her whole body, front and back. I could hardly find a patch of skin that hadn't been this desecrated. Looking at her, I was gripped with a mix of burning rage and bitter sadness, either of which I had a source of relief for. But the most upsetting thing was how she just sat there, exposed, completely emotionless. Quite a change from how she behaved last night. Today I'm the one doing all the shouting. Almost feels like I'm looking at a lifeless puppet. I scooped up some of the ointment with my fingers and gently rubbed it across her wounded flesh. Every time my hand made contact, she shuddered, but she never recoiled or objected. Though it felt less like she was willingly accepting my aid. More like she was simply enduring, waiting for it to be over. When someone was silent in their room, save for the cries and moaning that made its way through the walls. Sitting naked in a brothel while a strange man rubbed medicine on her? I could only imagine how unpleasant that must be, considering how devout she seemed to be. She was probably doing everything in her power to cut herself off from the whole experience. I wonder if, perhaps, she might one day come to realize that we were not trying to insult or demean her. That we were simply concerned for her. If we wanted to give her a place she could feel safe. So is this all the Lord's doing? You don't have to answer if you're not comfortable.
Except for my arms, yes.
Someone else did your arms then?
No, I cut them myself.
You... thought suicide was a sin. Self-mutilation allowed then? Sure what the rules on that are? You have a lot to live for. And that was about the extent of our conversation as I applied the ointment. I couldn't come up with any small talk. I didn't really want to press any further about her scars or her time with the Lord. So I quickly worked, and she quietly let me do my work. By the time it was all over, I was exhausted. I felt like I'd taken more out of me than the couple of hours I had spent dragging unconscious drunks from the pub. When I told her I was finished, she let out a sigh of relief, the first sign of emotion I've seen from her since we began.
Thank you.
Oh wait, no, I'm quite done. Still have to take care of your face.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I beg to differ. If anything, you should be most concerned about your face. Now come on, look at me.
Do I have to?
Well, yeah. It'd be kinda silly to do everything but your face.
I can do it myself.
Uh-huh, sure. Yeah, not happening. I'm going to finish where I started.
Why can't I do it myself?
Because my guests tell me you just slap a little on and call it done. I want to make sure it's taken care of properly. So look at me, show me your face.
Fine.
It was bizarre how she had so little hesitation exposing her naked body, yet vehemently resisted letting me see her face. But anyone else I knew, it'd be the other way around. The wounds on her face seemed to hold much more significance to her than those on the rest of her body. When she asked me to kill her yesterday, it was immediately after seeing herself in the mirror. But if the marks on her face were that upsetting, wouldn't she want them to heal? So why was she fighting me about it? Did she have some kind of other reason to hide her face from me? What it was that drove her actions, I couldn't make any sense of it. Let me know if it stings. Relax, I won't bite. You weren't as tense when I was applying the ointment to the rest of you.
Just get it over with.
Alright, alright. You know, I just realized, I don't know your name. Would you mind telling me? No? You won't tell me. Well, in that case, I'll just have to come with something to call you myself. I'm serious. I picked the first thing that comes to mind. There's still time. You just have to tell me your name. Okay then. You had your chance. Allison it is. Because you bite just like an alley cat. I'll tell the girls here to call you that too.
Please don't.
Oh, finally you speak. You're not happy with the name? Tell me what you call you. You have until the count of 3, and then you're Allison for good. 1, 2, 3. isn't your whole name, is it? So you're Ma. I can't understand being a little embarrassed about that. It's not my place to talk, I know, and I don't mean any ill will, but that's a very, unfortunate name you were given.
That's not my name. It's Morgana.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? It's a nice name. Morgana. I like it. Also, reminds me of homeland.
Your homeland?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember anything about my childhood anymore. Couldn't even tell you the name of the country. I have these vague memories of how the language sounded. Your name, it doesn't sound like a name native to these parts. It sounds like something that would fit right in with those memories of my homeland. I wager I guess you probably come from the same part of the world as me. Go back far enough, might even find we share ancestors. But who knows? How do you like that? Feeling a little sense of kinship?
The thought very much displeases me.
Well, okay then. Be a grouch. I'll let it slide though. Get your name out of you, put me in a good mood. It's nice to finally make your acquaintance, Morgana. My name's Jacobo. Hey, Morgana. One day, I'll show you the world.
What?
There's so much more out there than this tiny little corner of Earth we're rotting away in. What they can possibly imagine. I'm gonna go out into the world, experience true freedom. I'm gonna bring you with me. So try to stay positive. Wants to see for yourself how much bigger the world out there is, how different every region and its people are. Might change your perspective on things a bit. Might even help you forget some of the crap you've been through. Alright, now I'm done. Then I'm taking pretty much all the ointment. Let me go buy some more. Well, should probably get going. You'll be alright on your own?
I would much prefer it, in fact.
Alright. Sorry to be such a nuisance. See you again tomorrow.
My whole body is all slimy. After the slave man left, I retreated to a corner of the room, sat down, and pulled my knees up to my chest. Through the walls, I could hear men and women sinning, so I plugged my ears in an attempt to block out the vile noise. It was filthy here, and if I remained in this place too long, it would probably taint my soul. I needed to get out as soon as possible, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. My body refused to cooperate. Just thinking about going out there into the slums all alone sent uncontrollable shivers down my spine. I was the daughter of God. What did I have to fear? Such worldly emotions were unbefitting of a saint. I was pitiful, pathetic, and I hated it. I have nothing to fear. God will always lead his saint to where he needs her most. And as long as I continue performing miracles, people will acknowledge me as the true daughter of God. I have nothing to fear.
You're damn witch wearing a saint's skin.
Will they, though? Will anyone look at me and see a saint? I can hardly see a saint in this face. The Lord and his guests with their revulsion, their fear, that was the appropriate reaction. I was repulsive, not something to be welcomed with open arms. Saints and angels were always spoken of as beautiful, while demons and witches were spoken of as hideous. Any miracles I performed would be seen as the work of the devil, not God. But it didn't matter. It was my sacred duty to offer a helping hand to anyone in need, no matter how much persecution I suffered for it. My heart was resolute, but my head is all muddled. I can't stand this.
One day, I'll show you the world.
And thinking about the slave man only made an even bigger mess inside my head. It wasn't all unpleasant, though. He didn't push me away because of how I looked. He treated me like an ordinary girl. Not a witch. And not a saint either. And besides, I was being disrespectful. I know that. He was well within his rights to be angry. He could have let me go, but he didn't. He got angry, but he told me to stay. Put ointment on me. Smiled even. A very curious man indeed. And then there was what he had said about his homeland. Just because my name reminded him of where he came from didn't mean I came from there as well. Never mind that nonsense about us sharing ancestors. I had no bloodline to trace back. My mother had conceived me without knowing man. And my father resided in the heavens above, the Lord God. The very idea that we shared blood was absurd. And yet, what if somewhere on this earth there are people who share my blood? Who feel what I do, who think what I think, who see the world the same as me? What if somewhere like that really does exist? That would be so very...
There she is. An early summer breeze blew past, rustling vivid green leaves. With the pleasantly warm wind at my back, I entered the graveyard. Anyone who wasn't from around here would probably have thought it was nothing more than curious arrangement of stones or an abandoned plot of land, though. No one knew the names of most of those buried here, and they probably died without anyone by their sides. In death, though, finally found themselves with someone to give them attention, to show them love. Love in the form of prayer, for the repose of their souls. And on this abandoned plot of land, now this de facto caretaker, a young girl and the only person who paid the dead, lay here in your mind. She's too deep in prayer. I guess I'll have to wait. I've been a little under 2.5 years since I rescued Morgana from the Lord's Manor. Much to my chagrin, she's still far from anything that could be described as opening up, but she wasn't quite as distant as before, from my perspective at least. She had stopped calling the girls at the brothel vile and impure, and she was even somewhat conversational. Sometimes, it seemed to me her trauma had loosened its grip on her, if only a little. Of course, she had a tendency to be on the brutally blunt side, which became more obvious as she started talking more. It felt like the brutal part was getting more prominent every day, though I suppose it was a good sign. Better than her refusing to interact at all, at least. Probably. She had also most notably begun showing signs of independence. Burying and sending off the dead who had no family or loved ones to do it for them was one such activity she had taken on. Living in the slums, it was hardly uncommon to see corpses abandoned in alleyways or on the side of the road. Generally speaking, they would be tossed off into a ditch, somewhere out of the way to rot. But over the past couple of years, that has stopped happening, because Morgana had taken it on herself to give them proper burials and a gravestone. Nothing fancy, just a plain slab of rock to mark the grave, but it certainly seemed much more respectable than the alternative. Every day she came out to the graveyard to pray for the departed. She had always seemed a bit abnormally pious, but there was something almost frightening about her dedication to the task. She was only 9 years old at the time of the slave revolt, which made her 11 now. Rather than play with other children her age, she collected abandoned corpses in the slums, and brought them here to bury and pray for. Abnormal didn't even begin to describe it. Some time ago I asked her, "Why don't you go out and play like the other children?" To which she calmly responded, "I couldn't possibly waste my time idly engaged in worldly recreation." I knew that God was the most important figure in her life, but it still seemed excessive. Not even a covenant was that draconian. I made numerous attempts to warm her up, but they all fell flat. Nothing instead seemed to make it through the heavy wall she had built around herself. That was how Morgana acted around me and the girls at the brothel, those closest to her. The rest of the town could hardly get within shouting distance before being shut out. Though it wasn't like they tried either. Most everyone else actively distanced themselves from her. On some level, they approached her taking care of the bodies that showed up, but ultimately, to them, she was little more than a spider that captured more dangerous insects, begrudgingly left to its own devices. Hardly anyone found her pleasant, and didn't hide it either. Not just because of her choice in hobbies. The biggest factor was, of course,
May your soul find eternal peace.
disquieting marks covering her face. You all done?
I didn't realize you were there.
Been here for a little while now. Should really pay more attention to your surroundings. This isn't exactly the safest area.
Why bother? No one is gonna do anything to me.
Maybe not now, but a few years down the line, that's a whole nother story. You should get in the habit early. You're a growing girl, and your face could very well be better by then. Never mind the fact that there are people out there who would take anything as long as it got girl parts. One of them decides to target you.
Appalling.
Aren't they? Which is why I should be a little more careful.
You are an appalling man.
Why am I appalling?
Because the thought crossed your mind.
It did not. I'm just saying, there are people out there who think like that. You need to look out for yourself.
The fact you would say that at all is appalling.
I'm just looking out for you.
Oh Lord, may this sinful man be cast down to hell where he belongs.
Jeez. You know no mercy, do you? I feel like you treat these corpses nicer than you do me.
You'd be correct. If you want me to be nice to you, go die.
The girl's got no mercy. Anyway, have you done praying? Get over here. It's ointment time.
How many times must I tell you, you're wasting your time?
Don't be such a pessimist. Rome wasn't built in a day. There are still other ointments we haven't tried.
I'm not being pessimistic, I just...
Then unless you want to stay looking like that, what do you have to lose? Now come on, off with the hood.
You're a very stubborn man.
Pot meat kettle. Call me whatever you want. Nothing you can say would bother me in the slightest.
I loathe you.
What?
You were saying?
You're kidding, right?
Partially.
You little...
I thought you were going to play the ointment. What are you waiting for?
I sighed and gave her a little glower, then scooped up some ointment. With my fingers, Morgana angled her face towards the floor, closed her eyes, and waited for me to begin. There's an element within the gang that gave me flack for all the time spent looking after and caring for Morgana. Well, it was mostly just Gratien, actually. If I were you, I would have tossed that ungrateful brat out on her ass years ago. It'd be another story if she were a looker, of course. To a degree, I understood where he was coming from. So I would have appreciated a little gratitude. On the other hand, all the time spent with her, he was largely being verbally abused, allowed me to notice the more subtle changes in her mannerisms. Seeing that growth, however small, was one of the things that motivated me to keep at it. For example, a year ago, whenever I wanted to make physical contact with her, I would have to verbally reassure her I had no intention to do her any harm, or she was likely to start shouting. If she didn't, she would sit here the whole time and apply ointment, incredibly stiff. Now she was more relaxed. I could even sense the sort of trust emanating from within her as my fingers rubbed against her skin. It wasn't my imagination. At least, I didn't think it was. It was something only perceptible through the act of making direct physical contact. That said, she's still borderline inscrutable. As I massaged the ointment to her skin, I traced the outline of her face with the flat of my thumb. The vast majority of her face was discolored. In places, patches had festered and fallen off. The skin at the corners of the lips was shriveled and curled up, which you can only imagine was fairly painful. It was rough and uneven, hardly a pleasant sensation, and a far cry from the clean, smooth skin most girls her age would have. Maybe she's right. I think we'll show some sign of healing by now, as if we're ever going to. Despite my constant insistence that she stay optimistic, it was probably me who was probably most disappointed, most frustrated at the complete lack of improvement. The ointment wasn't cheap to be sure, but I didn't give a damn about the money. It was the sense of hopelessness that got me. It was all for nothing. Back when he first took her in, Maria had suggested the marks on her Morgana's face might be a manifestation of something psychological or emotional. I was beginning to think she was right. That wasn't going to stop me from trying, though. This was the only thing I could think of to do for her. I wonder, what she'll look like when she's all healed. Maybe she smiled for once. I'd like to see that. Someday.
Hello? Is anyone in there?
You need something? Oh, sorry. I got lost in my thoughts. I didn't realize I stopped.
Lost in your thoughts? That sounds positively dreadful.
What's that supposed to mean? I was just thinking about what you...
What I want.
Never mind. Finishing that, just begging for another round of derision.
That's not why I wanted to get your attention either way. What happened there?
Where?
Your arm. It's cut.
Morgana pointed to a gash peeking out from beneath my sleeve. It wasn't a very deep wound. It was hardly a mere scratch either. Oh yeah, that's, you know.
I decidedly do not know.
It's not important. Don't worry about it.
Ugh. Use that on yourself.
Huh?
The ointment. Stop wasting it on my face, which is never going to heal, and use it on yourself.
No need to get so worked up about it, Morgana.
I am not worked up. I am simply expressing my discontent at your foolishness.
Which I'm pretty sure is the definition of being worked up.
Regardless, don't use any more ointment on me. Use it on yourself. I'm sure he'll appreciate actually being useful for once.
Last I checked, medicine does have feelings. Really, it's not that bad. Besides, I'm only gonna get more, so what's the difference?
You're going to get more? And what are you doing that would make you say that?
Yeah,
Too sinful to admit. You're an abhorrent man.
No, I swear, it's nothing bad. You win, I'll tell you. Was hoping to keep it a secret. I'm, doing a little training.
Training?
Yeah, crime and unrest has been a rise in the slums. Or, well, not just the slums, the city proper, too. Things were quiet for a while after the slave revolt, but the Lord suddenly imposed a major tax increase about 6 months ago, which has resulted in a significant number of people unable to afford living in the city. To put it simply, the iron fist is squeezing even tighter than ever. As a result, there's been a huge influx of people into the slums. You know how tight things are already, don't you? What do you suppose happens when you have limited resources and space and suddenly twice as many people vying for their share? People have started trying to stake out their territory, and they're finding hard to defend it. People are mugging and robbing each other over scraps. It's a mess.
I had no idea.
Not many thieves pick makeshift graveyards at their marks, after all. Though in this case, I actually think you're being so isolated is probably to your benefit. But in any event, me and the rest of the gang have formed a band of peacekeepers of sorts.
Peacekeepers? Is that not the city guard's job?
The guards have never given a damn about the slums. Why waste manpower on people who can't even pay the taxes? As far as the Lord and his men are concerned, we're just leeching off his land. We're damn lucky he doesn't make an active effort to chase us all out. That means it's our responsibility to protect ourselves.
I see. So, you're training to use a sword as part of this band of peacekeepers?
In short, yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. In what way?
Give me the ointment.
Huh? I'm not done with your...
What's even left? You've done more than enough. Now, give it to me.
Here.
Roll up your sleeve.
You're not gonna put it on me, are you? Like I said, I don't need...
How many times have I told you the exact same thing? And how many times have you listened to me? This is payback for all the times you've refused to listen to me. You can't argue with that, can you?
No, I guess I can't.
What are you smirking about?
Nothing.
Try to keep this sort of thing to a minimum, if you would.
Huh? When I want to live my training time. I need to be prepared for whatever might come our way. That madman of a lord could be scheming to send his soldiers in as we speak.
I'm sure there are others more suited for the job. You don't seem like you would be especially adept with a blade.
Hey, don't judge my skill by my appearance. How'd you know I'm the second strongest member of the gang?
Oh yes, that's very reassuring.
You're on fire today, huh? Since you seem to have forgotten, I put a damn decent fight against the Lord during the... God, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I digging up some of her most painful memories for a cheap brag? Anyway, you get the idea. I'm pretty good with a sword, so you don't need to worry about me.
I see. And out of curiosity, who's the strongest member?
Excuse me? Or she even asked me to my face to give her the name of the one man stronger than me.
It's not a difficult question.
Some asshole named Gratien.
Interesting. Well, I hope he remains number 1, and you stay number 2 forever.
Why exactly would you want that? The whole reason I'm training so hard is so I can surpass Gratien. She wants to stay below him? Unbelievable. I get it. It's easier for you to look down on me if there's someone who can put me in my place for you.
That isn't why.
No? Well then, mind telling me why?
The strongest member of our group is the one who stands on the front lines.
What's your point? The most qualified person at least has the charge, yes. I don't see anything wrong with that.
It puts them at greater risk.
Wait, are you concerned for my safety?
It's not you I'm concerned about. Your death will simply make life more difficult for the girls at the brothel.
Well, would you look at that? You worried about me. I guess even you have a soft spot or two.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I already told you that's not why I'm all done.
Thanks. Now, I assume you're finished with your business here, so... Oh.
What?
Morgana, it's your line,
Oh,
sorry.
shit. Okay. Now, I assume you're finished with your business here, so feel free to make yourself scarce.
No need to be so rude. Or do you have some ulterior motive for wanting me gone?
For one, it's impossible for the dead to rest in peace with you around.
Will you try thinking about the living first for once? I don't really care for how much importance people put on showing respect for the dead. This all seems so pointless to me.
Your blasphemy knows no end, does it? When your time comes, you're going to find yourself with no one to grieve over your loss.
Fine with me. People are only worth their salt while they're alive.
And what about the afterlife?
It's got time to think about the next life when you live in a overcrowded slum where someone might kill you in one day for a couple of coins.
All the more reason to take it into consideration. The consequences one's actions in life have on the next should serve to encourage us to always do what is right.
Not sure I'll buy that.
I'm done with this conversation. I don't think there's any getting through that thick skull of yours.
If I offended you, I apologize. I didn't mean to. Say, Morgana, would you mind humming that song you're so fond of for me?
Where did that come from?
I'm in a good mood today. A better way to improve a good day with good music.
I do not follow that line of reasoning one bit. Why should I have to sing to make you feel better?
What's the big deal? Doesn't hurt anyone. If you even have half a heart, you do this tiny little favor for me.
Yes, because trying to manipulate me is a wonderful way to make me want to do anything for you.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was mean of me. Please.
That doesn't sound very sincere. But fine, I'll do it.
If facing away from me, Morgana dropped to the grassy ground, staring off into the distance, and beginning to hum. It wasn't a hymn or a requiem for the dead, but a folk song the girls at the brothel would sometimes sing. No one seemed to know who had written it, though. The lyrics were slightly vulgar, and people were supposed to clap and hoot along with the music. Morgana only hummed the melody, leaving the rest of that out. In isolation and sung with her voice, it became a thing of beauty. It was pure, untainted by the filthiness of the slums, unobscured by the crudeness of the people who normally sang it. In many ways, it was hard to believe they were the same song. This felt like it was hers, like it existed slowly to be heard in her voice. So listening to her sing, I spread out on the grass. The blue sky spread out above me as far as the eyes could see. As I gazed up into it, all my problems seemed to fade away. I live in a dirty slum. The Lord was digging his claws even deeper into the city. I was in the middle of a makeshift graveyard for those who had no one else. It all just disappeared. It felt almost as though I had ascended to heaven. The first time I heard Morgana sing was, if memory served, approximately a year earlier. At the time, she was still completely walled off, much like she had been when I first brought her to the slums. She always kept her eyes on her feet. She spoke in a soft voice, frequently pausing. She was wary of everyone, including me. One day, I put ointment on her face and she shouted, roared, practically for me not to touch her. To be honest, it was so aggravating. Another asked about her father, she just pointed up at the sky and saying, "He's up there." When it took to me he was dead, so I dropped the subject, got back to applying ointment to her. At some point, I started humming the song, which I picked up from the girls. And upon hearing that, she told me she was quite fond of it. And then, she began singing. Immediately, I found myself entranced by her voice. Though she always spoke in a soft, muscle tone, her singing voice was incredibly clear. Like I was listening to a chorus of angels. Of course, didn't want to put that thought into words, lose all its potency. It just turned to some loser's cheap pickup line. It really is something, though. If she told me her voice could raise the dead, I would be inclined to believe it. It's just that beautiful. While it was true Morgana could be difficult and wasn't the most affable, I knew that at heart, she was a sensitive, compassionate girl. That she would come to this graveyard every day and pray for peace for all the forgotten souls was more than enough proof of that. Though she surrounded herself with high walls, she was probably the kindest, most loving person I knew. And that's what drew me to her. It didn't matter what anyone said about her, how quick they were to judge her as ugly or standoffish. I knew they were all wrong. It would be wonderful if I could just spend the rest of my days listening to her sing.
Are you asleep?
I'm awake. I was just resting my eyes.
Oh. I was about to accuse you of being boorish for having the audacity to ask me to sing and then fall asleep.
The fact that you're almost upset seems to suggest you want to be heard, despite how much you protested it.
No, I simply...
Oh, I got the perfect idea. We can build a makeshift stage at the pub, have you sing for everyone.
What?
Don't worry, you'll be fine. You can wear a mask, you don't want anyone to see your face. Don't even have to get on stage, you'd rather not. You can just sing from behind a curtain. Who knows, it could end up being a big hit. Come one, come all, hear the soothing song, the enigmatic Ceren.
Absolutely not.
No? I think it's a pretty good idea myself. Maybe like the Masked Singer. Oh, is it because you don't like taking other people's money? I wasn't planning on charging. I just thought it'd be nice if more people could hear.
As I already said, absolutely not. And if you push the issue any further, I'll never sing for you again.
Noted. Forget I said anything. Seems like a good opportunity to get her interacting with more people, but I guess not. Such a pretty voice is wasted on just me.
What? You look like you have something else to say.
Nope, not a thing. Well, I'm not gonna force her if she's opposed to it. Say, Morgana. There's something I've been wondering for a while now. You never actually called me by my name, have you?
Where did that come from?
I just been thinking about it, and I can't recall a single time you've done it in the more than 2 years we've known each other. Don't tell me you forgot my name. Are you kidding me?
I remember it, yes.
I don't like the emphasis on remember.
Is it really that big of a deal? There's rarely ever anyone else around, so it's not like I don't know when I'm talking to you. Besides, I'm planning to leave when I get older. So I don't see much point in getting very attached to anyone.
Do you have a destination in mind?
No, not yet.
Why are you thinking so far ahead then? You're 11 years old. Just got a few years before you're old enough to be independent. You're gonna spend the whole time keeping everyone at arm's length? I just think maybe it's about time you took down some of those walls. Might take a little weight off your shoulders in the process. I'm not going to say you have to, though. Anyway, I should head out. Got work to do. Try not to stay out here too late, okay?
I'll be leaving as soon as you're gone.
Could walk you back then.
I can make it back fine on my own, thank you.
As you wish. Hey, Morgana.
I thought you were leaving.
One day, I'll show you the world.
Do you ever get tired of saying that?
You gotta think big. Dream. The world's changing all around us. A life just fighting to make it day by day is hardly a life at all. I don't want to spend the rest of my days confined to this tiny little corner of the world.
Well, try not to let your dreams grow so big they crush you.
I'm sure I'll be fine. I just had you sing for me if it ever gets to be overwhelming.
Why would I be there?
Why wouldn't you? It's hard to show you the world if I don't bring you with me. No use, you still won't know where you want to go. So I'll bring you with me. We can find a place for you together. Pretty good deal, huh?
I don't need to see the world. All I want is...
Huh? What was that?
nothing.
Now I'm even more curious.
It's nothing, really. Now go on, shoo.
Fine, fine. See you later.
Finally. Doesn't he ever get tired of chasing me down day after day? I thought as I watched him run off. Quite honestly, I didn't understand the man one bit. Apparently, a lot of people respected him, and he seemed to have a fairly large social circle as well. I couldn't fathom why someone like him would go out of his way to spend time with me. It wasn't for lack of people to talk to, and it certainly wasn't because we got along. Never mind my face, which couldn't be pleasant for anyone to be subjected to for any amount of time. Why would he go so far out of simple pity? Hopefully he doesn't have ulterior motives.
As long as your face is healed, I spent enough money on you to build a house. You're gonna pay me back tenfold. Now go forth, Morgana. Work. Be the greatest whore this brothel has ever seen.
He's probably not that devious. Enough foolish speculation. It's going to start getting dark soon. I should head back. The brothel was always rather quiet at this time of day. The girls worked at night, so they were generally asleep while the sun was out. And it was my job to take care of cleaning, laundry, and preparing meals while they rested. When I first arrived here, everything seemed so filthy. And while I still felt that way to a degree, nights, when they were open for business, were still miserable. I wasn't quite so prejudiced against the girls themselves anymore. They were kind to me. Treated me like a sister. Or tried to, at least. I kept them at a distance, though. I didn't so overtly spurn them as I had before, but as a holy daughter of God, I could not form familiar relationships with prostitutes. I cannot delight in being pampered by them. My unwillingness to open up probably disheartened them, but still, they did not throw me out or lash back at me for it. And no one made any remarks about my face. As prostitutes, they frequently caught all sorts of diseases. In my more than 2 years here, several had passed away. One even got in hives all over her body, transforming from fairly pretty to absolutely hideous in only a few days' time. And they had seen considerably more than me, so they had no reason to comment on a girl with a little flesh missing from her face. Which wasn't to say everyone was sympathetic for me. I should get a fire started. I had taken care of most of the cleaning before leaving for the cemetery, so my next task was preparing food for the day. Supplies had been scant of late, which meant today I was making yet another watery vegetable soup. Alright, he mentioned crime was on the rise. That would explain the trouble getting supplies. And here I am, completely oblivious to what's going on outside. From time to time, I would catch one of the girls saying, often with an uncomfortable laugh, "She's still the same old Morgana." But personally, I felt as though I had changed quite a bit since arriving here. No longer being intrinsically disgusted by prostitutes was big enough, but even more significantly, how pathetic. I had become astutely aware of how much I was on the receiving end of others' generosity. Before coming here, the thought would have never even occurred to me. I was always the giver of generosity. The saint everyone, man, woman, and child alike, came to for help. I hadn't told anyone what I was, though, so I didn't get any of that special treatment. And perhaps that was part of what had allowed me to change. Of course, because I kept all that tightly locked up inside, the only thing people saw was an aloof little girl. Finally, the coal is lit. Now, to add tinder.
Nika, this is you.
Knock, knock, knock.
Well,
Knock, knock, knock.
what? Who's that? And who shouts knock knock instead of knocking? Everyone else is asleep, so I can't just hope for someone else to deal with it. But someone's going to wake me up eventually if she keeps yelling. But everyone's exhausted and they need their rest.
Knock, 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 knock.
Oh, for heaven's sake, quiet down out there.
Finally, someone!
What are you screaming for?
Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be? I'm rather more concerned about you myself.
Your face! Look at your face!
Right, my face. It's just...
Oh, I heard they treated the girls good here. You can be, maybe 10 years old. And look at you!
Huh?
Believable. What kind of terrible man would... little girl like you then make you... Oh, damn, and give you all his nasty, nasty diseases.
Does she think I'm a prostitute? Hold on, please. You're jumping to conclusions.
Don't you worry. You've got a friend in me.
No, that's not what...
There's still hope. Tomorrow will be a better day.
I'm not...
It's not because of a disease then.
Yes, thank you. Finally. No one gave me any diseases.
You're being tortured! Oh, now that I get a closer look at you, hands are all torn up too. Do they really bust out the whip that often here? Oh my god.
No one would...
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes! Jesus. Who would do such a thing to a little girl?
Excuse me.
I'll have to give the man in charge a stern talking to. It's his job to protect his girls.
Excuse me.
Knock, 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 knock. Ouch! Damn! You hit me.
I didn't mean to do that.
Damn.
Oh, Father, I pray for your forgiveness, for I have disobeyed your teaching and raised my hand against my fellow man.
Yeah. Nothing for me. The one who actually got kicked?
Before I do anything, could you perhaps introduce yourself?
That's what I get for jumping to conclusions. I've always had this super bad habit of letting my imagination run wild. Yoo-hoo! Yeah. Soon as I saw you, it was like dark thing dungeons. A little girl hung upside down, buck naked. A big, smirking, shirtless man holding a cat and 9 nails. The girl screams, echoing on the cold stone. Will she live to see another day? That sort of thing. It keeps going too. Next, a dashing young man appears to rescue the girl, but he's secretly...
Shut your mouth for me, would you?
Huh! Dot.
You're allowed to breathe.
Phew.
Okay, so, what was your name?
Ceren. Spelled C-E-R-E-N. That's like Jester and Ran like ransom.
Shut your mouth for me, would you?
How dare you?
But you are allowed to breathe.
Oh, thank you. God.
It's way too early for this shit. What is it, like noon? 1?
Should I have not let her in?
Oh, no. You're fine. I've known we were getting a new girl for a few days now. Well, I sure wasn't expecting this.
Oh, I'm gonna sing.
You don't have to keep your mouth shut permanently. If you have something to say, spit it out.
Oh, yay! So, is this the part where I get fired before I even start?
Tell me something, would you? Do you act that around your clients?
What? Is there anything wrong with how I act?
Moving on. Stand right there for me. And for the love of all that is holy, hold still.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So what you gonna do?
Just hush and hold still.
Uh, you're staring holes through me.
Just a little more.
Aye. You're getting real up close and personal there. Oh, what's going on?
Need to make sure you're up to par.
Par with what? Is this necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Alright. At ease.
Oof.
You pass. You're hired.
Really? Sweet! So what was all that about?
You're gonna have an exam first, obviously.
Oh, I see, I guess.
I'll tell you this, though. If you weren't cute as hell, I'd thrown you right out on your ass.
Oh, am I really that cute? Oh, you're making me blush.
You realize that wasn't a compliment, right? Anyway, you start work tomorrow. Today, familiarize yourself with the rules and layout of the place.
Oh, yay! Yes, ma'am.
Morgana, can I ask you to show her around?
What? Alright.
Thanks a bunch.
Much obliged.
I'm already beginning to regret this.
Talk about culture shock, though. I've never seen a place with a woman manager.
Oh yeah, I'm not the manager. Just an old hat.
So, where's the big boss hiding then?
Nobody's here, just us girls.
Oh. You don't have a manager? Really?
Nope. You'll find this is more like a community than anything. A bunch of girls with nowhere else to go who band together and build a place up. And it's been going on like that for more than a decade now. From what I've been told, I just started as a little shack. Didn't even have proper flooring. But by the time I showed up, the facilities were a little nicer. The roof still leaked like a bit, though, and we didn't have nearly as many rooms set up as we do now. But we worked our tails off over the years, scrounging together the money and time to patch it up and grow it into what you see now.
Huh. Oh, neato.
Of course, not having someone specifically in charge of running the place does come with its own set of challenges.
Oh, does it? Oh, sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Everyone gets to do their own thing.
It's not that simple, unfortunately. Makes it more difficult to iron things out with the community and other businesses when trouble arises. And of course, it means we have no one financing us. So every day is a struggle and make it to the next. And then it could be our last. It could all come crashing down. Toss out all illusions of job security.
Oh, no, not so neato. Oh, I'm still super duper impressed though. Major props! Woohoo! You guys made this one heck of a place for the slums.
Yeah, I suppose. I'll take that, I guess.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone who founded this place is dead now. It's one of the risks of the jobs.
Ooh.
You work your ass off just to add another day and end up taking 3 off in the process.
Ooh.
So, once you've got enough to do whatever it is you need to do, you walk out that door and never come back. Got it? Whatever you've got debt to pay you off, or friends or family who need a little extra money, once you're done, be done.
You're not gonna ask what I need the money for?
If a girl looks like trouble, I'll talk to her and have some guys look into it. But you don't strike me as the type. If you were up to no good, I feel like it'd be pretty obvious. Besides, I've been in this business long enough to know it's not at the top of most girls' dream job lists. Most of us have been through some nasty shit, and we don't come here to have other people digging around through it.
Boss!
Huh? Boss? What?
You're sweet, thoughtful, and heck of a boss, so I'm gonna call you boss. It is perfect!
I thought I told you we don't have a boss here.
A boss?
Well, no harm in taking a liking to me, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna go crash again. Morgana can answer any questions you've got.
Yeah, yay!
Also, any more hollering while I'm trying to sleep, and I'll rip into that pretty little head of. I'll rip that pretty little head off your shoulders and shove it between your legs. Got it?
Yes, boss! All right, Morgana, lead the way! Woohoo!
I hated it last sentence so much.
All right, Morgana, lead